Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through a few things in the garden, but you should be interested. Anyway, we're going to nip over this side. Come on, what are you waiting for? So Alex, remember you mentioning on a previous video that you was interested in what's in the greenhouse, and I told you it was a bunch of moss, which it was. But at the moment, what we have got is a few root cuttings from the bold cypress and a stone to help hold it down. But they should hopefully be sprouting around in April, along with the mother tree that they come from. But anyway, let's move on from here. We've got this lovely little tree from Jonas from Bonsai Cornwall. Is it an adder? Yeah, it's an adder. The pot didn't survive the journey, and it's very much solid in air and roots. Still got time, plenty of time actually, until we get it into another pot that is literally crumbling. But that's just going to live on there for now, and I'll probably get that for scene 2 next week at some point, and it's going to go in a large pond basket, have a little bit of a trim back, and then just allow to grow and thicken, as these do thicken up very, very quickly. Now we're here back with the juniper tree. That was for Ryan from Rōjin Bonsai's £20 juniper challenge, and as you can see here, it's absolutely full of loads of beautiful buds. And we've actually got some back budding going on, which is a lovely sight to see on a juniper tree, as you all know how rare that is. Now you may recognise this tree from last time. It is very root bound, even though it was repotted this time last year to be exact. But soon, before these start extending, soon we will be taking it out of this pot and placing it in a wooden grow box, which I will be doing a video with on showing you guys how to build a wooden grow box where it will live in that box for at least 3 years, just so it can stretch out them roots and be able to grow. But yeah, I look forward to doing that video for you guys. And another thing, now say if you've got jackanapes, maples or any other trees where the leaves are just coming out, it is not yet ready to start feeding. Now say if this shoot here was back down to here and it had these little shoots coming out like these little leaves, when they start extending into further growth, as you see here, that is when you start feeding. So don't start feeding now, even though you probably have seen me placing a fertilizer feed into the pots while repotting. That's a 0 nitrogen feed, and what that does is aid in root recovery, but it's also good for flowering trees that are about to flower, and it gives better blooms. But yeah, no nitrogen feed until you start seeing that growth extending. Now then, as you can see, I've got plenty of starter Japanese maple trees here, and they do need a bit of a prune up. I'll try to get a clear image for you. So basically all the dead's got to come off using these lovely Wazakura scissors. There's a lot of it. See now, you got 1, 2 and 3. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this one and that one on the side there, get rid of all this dead growth, and in on the middle. Now you can see this getting a bit of a trident here, so if I can, I'm going to get that a little bit in closer. So what I'm going to do is get in there and snip that off, and that will start growing up. Let's do this other one. So we've got a dead growth here, snip that as far off as possible. So we've got bar branches here, which you can find in everyday normal growing trees in nature, but in bonsai world they tend to not want you to have that on your trees, because it apparently looks unsightly. But the way I see it, if it was working with your tree, leave it on. You don't have to take it off. Let's do one more. See, now what we're doing here is shortening down the internodes, taking off anything long. As you can see, we've got another trident here. We don't particularly want these both at the same height. I can take this off around here, or I can do it here, but I'm going to choose around here, and then that'll be wired up along with that. Let's shorten that internode. Actually, there's buds going there, so we can do this and take off that. We've got, I don't know if you can see here, but there's two branches very close together. So what we're going to do is take off the uglier one. Now it looks bare, but that's going to do this tree a world of good. Take off the dead down there. And these trees will soon be up for sale, along with many others. I was planning on having a website, but the website isn't being implemented the way I'd like it just yet. So the website's going to be having a little wait on it for now. But yeah, basically it's going to be like places like eBay for the meantime. But they will be up for sale in the UK. Unfortunately, I can't ship trees abroad, but I can get them imported. Now we've got some Japanese larches here. I've also going to have loads of these up for sale. I'm going to show you guys what you can do with them. Now I must apologise, you are now up a bit close and personal, but let's choose a tree. Now this is the time of year when I really like to wire these trees, as they are really flexible. Those wind chimes, the wind's picking up a little bit today, but nothing to worry about. As you can see, they are really flexible, and what we're going to do is get some wire on it and give it a bit of a pretty shape. Where's my blue Peter badge? Is a nice piece of wire that I prepared before this video. What we're going to do is drive out all the way to the bottom, and that's going to help anchor. And I really wish I had a table here. Now then, so I'm going to grip it, let's see, wrap it round. I'm careful of any buds going up. Now we don't want this wire too straight together, and we don't want it in too long either, as we want this to be able to support. And this isn't going to look anything spectacular just yet, but what it is going to do is start building that foundation. Now we've got buds coming up here. Some of them are dormant, some of them are living. We're going to try our best to not rub up against them the wrong way or knock them off. You see that pollen? Got some pollen coming off these. Okay. Now what this is going to allow us to do, so the tree already wants to do this, and let's just go for the S shape to get it growing, but we haven't got anything growing down here. So what I'm going to do is twist, 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 and twist. Keep on twisting. Twist some more to bring that up and down again. So now this is now turned into a lovely cascading tree. Like that. It's looking absolutely beautiful in my eyes. And the wire is nice and loose to allow some growth. Bring that up a bit more. Bring that in. Let's have a look. So I feel like if we just lift you up, you down, twist that way. And look at that, look. Beautiful little tree. And this is what you can do with starter trees if you catch them at the right time. I may put some wire on here later, I don't know yet. I may do an update video on that. But I've got plenty of Japanese larches to play with and to get them sold on. I'm not going to be putting prices on YouTube, as that would be sparking debates. So now we're at the Japanese maple that you saw in my last video. If you haven't seen it yet, there'll be a little box up here for you to watch it on the repotting. Loads of fibrous roots. And as you can see here, what I've done is I've placed loads of new wire because the wire beforehand wasn't that great. It's what I had at hand and it wasn't allowing me to shape the top. But what this will do will help me build a canopy at the top a lot more simpler and easier. But this tree should start looking promising within a couple of years easily, especially as these thicken and begin to ramify. Some people say it's too long around here. I disagree. It's a personal opinion. So now we're here at my Kabachi Japanese maple multi-trunk. I am going to be inspecting the roots on it soon. You may be thinking, oh, but it's too late because the growth, you know, the leaves are starting to come out. If anything, right now is the perfect time. You can do this until the leaves start to harden off entirely, but while they're nice, soft and droopy, you can repot them and inspect your roots. I do have a new friend in the garden, actually doing a rather good job of keeping the blackbirds away mostly. You still get the odd one come in once in a blue moon, but it isn't scaring away the little birds like the robins, which I'm happy about because we like having them about. But yeah, you know, it's actually doing a good job. I just need to move it around daily, and so you're probably going to see him in my videos from time to time. But yeah, look at them eyes. If that doesn't spark fear and intimidation into your soul, I don't know what will. Now here we have the crab apple. It's all coming alive. Some of these leaves are actually on from last year. It obviously stayed nice and warm enough down in this part for it to not go entirely dormant. But it's now pushing out and it's got nice new buds coming out everywhere. I still want to cut this back here, but I'll do that eventually. I've got another 2 air layers of this coming. And right here behind it, I don't know if you can see it, so I'll pick it up. It's actually a dawn redwood that came from Jonas again. It's sprouting out. Next week is another job to do. I'm going to get this out, flatten out the roots and place it back in here, just to be able to create that nice lovely root base. And I'm not sure if I want this, but I'm going to take that off. I may do that as a cutting and send that back to Jonas. So now we're back at not the Norway spruce, the Picea spruce. It's doing absolutely beautiful. It's pushing new buds, but I've also got all these lovely moss spores. Now these are feeling a little bit sticky, so which means that they are ready to cling on to things and spread their spores. A lot of people just cut these off. What I'm going to do, I'm either going to let them grow on some trees as they can spread naturally, or what you can do is if you hold them, you just snip them and sprinkle them along your trees that you want moss to grow. And who knows, maybe in the next year or two you start growing moss there naturally. What you can do is just cut them off over a tree if you don't want to touch them. Some people do get funny about touching stuff. go. Isn't that looking more beautiful? Also, I'm going to leave some on there because these ones are not ready. And so they're still feeling quite soft. So here we've got the little Corb Chinese Elm, which is pushing loads of beautiful buds. Now, it did have a lot of dead growth on it. And what we're going to do is just snip back the dead. As you can see, that just snapped clean off. There's some branches I do want to bring down as well. That's got a little bud on there. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. We need to stop saying the word dead. Apparently YouTube doesn't like that word and they can tank your views. Hasn't happened yet, but that's the word apparently. But yeah, literally just cutting back all the dead wood. Now this isn't because I repotted it in autumn. It's because of the poor soil that it was growing in when it was received. And see, now there's wood here that looks like it's dead, but it's got buds on it. But you can tell the stuff that is dead because it's got shriveled up buds too. And eventually we're going to have to open this up a little bit anyway, just to allow more light into it. But that's already looking a lot nicer and cleaner. We're definitely going to need some little fine wires in here, because what I want to do now is that because I've cleared this bit, I want to bring this bit down, clear out this space here. So if I get in here, there we go. And I also want to clear you out. So if I bring that down there like that, take you off too. So we've got some, you know what, I'm just going to take these bits off. There we go. So that's looking a lot more nicer, even though there is still a fair bit of dead. See, I don't know if I don't know if you can see it right now, but all that's dead. It's got like a darkened patch to it, and it's nice and crumbly. So we're just going to go in there, snip that off. You got a bud on? Nope. And this is already looking like a more believable tree. See, now even as I push the knife in, it's catching on dead wood. I'm sorry for the wind chimes. The birds are picking up now as well. They're shouting at each other. He's back in the garden again. When's it safe to come in? There we go. Now that's looking a lot more cleaner. Now I could open it up a bit more. There's a little bit dead on the top. Am I worried about more dieback? No, it's pushing through full force now. And this year it's going to look absolutely spectacular. Let's clean you up. I know you can't see much at the moment, but we're going to get this sorted. There's a little bit there that I want to clean up. These scissors really are good. See, is there any live on there? See, now this bit here, just crumbling away. And literally just. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take that off. And you, yep, absolutely dead. I think that's looking a lot nicer already. I'm going to take you back there. There you go. It even looks like a more of a convincing tree now. But if I bring this down with a little bit of wire, just so it's not leading so up to there, and it looks more like a side branch. I think that's definitely going to be looking more beautiful. There we go. So just a little bit about me before we end this video. It's a common misconception that I'm new to bonsai. I've actually been doing this for around 10 years now, maybe a little more. And when I was younger, I went to college to get a diploma in horticulture and agriculture. So I am fully aware of how trees respond and their health conditions and how to look after them, as well as other shrubs and flowery stuff in the garden. Please leave a comment in the comment section. I love to respond to you all. It really makes my day talking to you all, and I always try to reply to you as soon as I can. But if you like this video, please comment, like and subscribe, or even share it. But if you don't, no worries, and I'll catch you in the next one.